I will say this will be maybe my 7th or 8th year putting a recruiting class together. This is bar none, from top to bottom, the best recruiting class that we've been fortunate to put together. And whether it was luck or whether it was, you just don't know sometimes. But one of the things that I'm really excited about is, and it's nice now, they've been here since June, so you have at least an understanding of what they are. I think you can make a statement like that and not say that's a fluff statement out there to make everybody feel good. I think it's a real statement to say, we're really fortunate that this class has given us some great depth. Yeah, I think Mike's journey is first of all, just get healthy again, and Mike did that. I talked about Mike, this spring, and Mike could have easily said, hey, I'm going to go play somewhere else. Things didn't go well early on, but I think that was the biggest part of Mike Warren's journey, in my opinion, is Mike said, I am going to really get myself back to A, getting healthy, B, my craft, and putting the time and effort and work that, Mike had to do all those things, especially when you're dinged up. You really got to get yourself healthy. And Mike had an incredible spring. Probably one of the guys that when you talk about we have a champions club, and you talk about the winter, you talk about spring practice, you talk about the summer. Mike's one of those guys that was in it all 3 quarters for our champions club now going into the season. When you do that, that gives you a chance to really have a chance to reach your full potential. And what Mike's done is, I think Mike has really come with a purpose to get himself back to where he wants to be. And I'm really proud of Mike. I couldn't be prouder of him. And him and David together are a really great 1-2 combination. And David, again, it's never worrying, the sophomore slump, all those things. Those are all just terms. It's really about the ability to stay true to what your process is to be successful day in and day out. And that's why we talk about that all the time. It's something that we really harp on consistently. Well, it makes the head coach sleep. That's one nice thing to have Jake back. I can actually get a little bit of sleep at night. So that part's positive. Jake is such a key asset to our program. And Jake, like I've said about some of our other players, had zero to do with talent. Jake is a very talented player. I think guys that have watched Jake play before we've gotten here notice that Jake has had high-end ability. But what Jake brings to the table is who Jake Campbell is off the field as well. You're talking a 3-7 student in our engineering program. You're talking a guy that loves football. He's a great teammate. I think some of the growth of even the guys like Jaquan Bailey and Sean Foster and Bryce Meeker, a lot of credit's got to go to guys like Jake Campos because of his leadership in the weight room all summer, corralling that group and being around that group. The offense and defensive line together lifted all summer long, and that guy, he brings it every day, and he's kind of been able to get those groups going. So I think he's really had a huge asset, as much as, Coach Manning gets credit, and he deservedly does. A guy like Jake Campos, he's a guy that's really trusted into who we are from the day we've gotten here, and has been just a key leader for our football program. I'm really proud of Jake, and he's had a great offseason. Looks really good. We got to get him to the game now, and I'm really excited to watch him play and have a great senior year for us. That's a really good question, and I'll tell you the story. I'm at the University of Pittsburgh as a freshman. I remember a couple of our best players were engineering and some other majors, and I remember the head coach saying, these guys walking out and being frustrated that they couldn't continue in because they were missing too much practice. And I always thought to myself at that time, and maybe that was part of where my frustrations came as a freshman, seeing this, thinking, man, these guys are coming to go to school and they can't finish what they wanted to do. And I think that was always crept in the back of my mind. And then when we got to Toledo, similar style, where we were big engineering school, had pre-med was certainly big. We had a med school, a med school right on our campus, which was great for us there. So for me, it was always the reality of, number one, we're going to shape our schedule around those opportunities. And for us, Randy, that's why in the fall we practice in the afternoon, and in the spring we practice in the mornings, to make sure our guys working with our academic staff can always get in their labs and stay on track that they need to. You know, and we kind of carried that over. When I got here, we met with Patrice Fulmer, who really runs our academic support services here for our football program, and just said, are we sure this is the best plan for all those young men that are either in it or want to be in it down the road, that give our young guys the opportunity to have success. Now, the other part that I will tell you is I am also factual with young people that come in and say they want to do that, because just what you said, it is hard. There's a lot of time, there's a lot of effort. It takes a really special young man at an early age to say, I want to be an engineering student and I want to play Division I athletics. And, you know, I want to be in pre-med and I want to play Division I athletics. And you have to, at an early age, be really understanding of your own process and be able to understand time commitment and put that time and effort aside. But, you know, I think for the first 2 recruiting classes, it's been such a huge piece of our success in recruiting. And you even look at Chase's, you know, situation story. A lot of Chase's great, you know, I think enjoyment of our visit was going to our engineering school and sitting down and seeing what opportunities really existed and really being around our engineering program. I put so much, it's been really fun. We get a lot of accolades for recruiting around here. Who should get equal to that is really our university and, you know, their commitment to meeting with our kids, our business school, our engineering program. I mean, they have been nothing short of amazing in terms of helping our guys and then letting our guys get off to success early on in their career, that now families come in and they talk to some of those guys in their major and they say, yeah, this can be done. You know, I'm more realistic of how hard this is going to be, but, you know, if you're really willing to do it, it's certainly an opportunity, because we do have to remember this is still a student athlete process.